Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am going to do some more reaction videos today. Of course, my channel is going to be about, I'm going to do some reaction videos. I just really enjoy doing them, and I think it's fun for everyone to kind of see a story and, have your own opinions on it. So that is what I'm going to be doing today. And in the future, I'll do some more story times, like my personal life, just like different things I've learned and stuff like that. But I'm having fun with the reaction. So let's get into it.
My grandmother showed up to my baby shower today after not seeing me in probably 10, 11 months, closer to a year. And I smiled, said, hey. And the very first thing she said was, I don't love you. And I know you're probably thinking she was just kidding. She was not just kidding. She was not kidding at all. In that moment, I actually thought like maybe I'm being like pranked. No, I wasn't. I was like, excuse me? Like, huh? She repeated it that she did not love me. She went down a list of some other stuff. Like I said, we haven't talked. Whenever I try to establish a relationship with my mother, which is her daughter, our relationship always falls apart. Meaning, I cannot talk to my biological mother and have a relationship with my grandmother, which is her mother, because those two don't even like each other, right? And
this is kind of sad. Sounds like they have some definitely toxic family. It sounds like, I don't know, we'll see what happens, but it sounds like the mom and the grandma have issues, and they're making her choose. So this seemed like a little bit toxic.
I tried to mend the relationship with my mom last year, and my grandmother fell off the face of the earth. She was being very passive aggressive, and we just kind of both stopped talking. Wasn't an argument, but it was the same old of, if you talk to your mother, basically don't talk to me. And that's what happened. But
that's exactly what I was thinking was happening. Like her mom and the grandma apparently don't get along. And so she's like, you got to choose between either one. That's toxic as hell.
Talking to my uncle's wife today, just kind of came up in conversation about my grandmother. And I was like, I wouldn't mind if she was here. I wouldn't even care. Today's a day of love, right? And I guess to surprise me, my uncle's wife, she did reach out to her and basically let her know, like, hey, do you want to come up here? And she came with nothing, no gifts, nothing at all, not even a card, and literally told me to my face that she did not love me. I didn't initially cry. It probably took about 15 minutes before I actually cried about it at my baby shower. Not very fun. There were so many people there, and it was just not something that I wanted to do. So I quickly pulled myself together.
Now, why would she shouldn't even came. Like, grandma shouldn't have came. Like, she's already pregnant. She's got stress. Like, does she want her generations, after, like, what is she's not trying to help build a good legacy for her generations, like, to come. I believe in, like, breaking generational curses, right? So I feel like this grandma she's so twisted and she's so backwards. Like, girl, we're trying to break generational curses here. You should have just not showed up. How are you going to come to a baby shower for your granddaughter who is currently pregnant with your great grandchild and say you don't love her anymore? That's effed up. Like, the not bringing a gift was already one thing. This is just twisted in so many ways. Like, you didn't bring a gift. You show up to her baby shower empty-handed and tell her you don't love her when she's carrying your great-grandchild. That's so sad. I feel so bad for Angelique.
Today just made me realize it didn't ruin my day. She did not ruin my day. She did not ruin my day. Let me make that very clear. I did not let her have my moment today. But I will say that today was like the realization of like, my mother's side of the family is a certain kind of way. There's nothing I can do about it. And I'm the one that is meant to break that curse.
Period.
I cannot fix anybody.
Exactly. She is meant to break the curse. I'm glad she's on the healing journey because I feel like our generation, and I'm a millennial, I think. I'm not Gen Z. I think before that it's a millennial. I don't keep up with all that stuff. But I feel like millennials onwards, I feel like we're on some type of like a healing path. Like like for me personally, I'm trying to break generational curses. Like I think it's super important for the future of humanity, honestly. So I'm so glad Angelique didn't let it affect her or ruin her day. I'm sure it affected her. Like, how could you not? Pregnancy is already hard. Like, you got a lot of emotions and hormones running through your body. And then to throw in your great grandma, like, I had a situation, not, oh, I don't know if I want to get too personal. I had someone who I cared about. We'll just say that. Um, like, she didn't do it while I was actually pregnant. Um, Thankfully, they waited until after I had my son, but still, hormones are running wild, and basically like dissociated themselves from me for a period of time. And that was a very hard thing to take in. And it wasn't my grandma, like, it was somebody who was still important to me in my life at that time. And so, pregnancy is already not a joke. We ain't trying to mix freaking, like, don't do that to people. Just if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. Keep it to yourself.
That has any problems on that side of my family. I cannot fix them. I can try to do as much healing as I want to. That's only for myself. It doesn't do anything for that side of the family. And I'm not speaking about everybody on that side of the family, but unfortunately, I really don't have much support. Like, my uncle came. Like, that was the person that came for me from my mother's side of the family, which is my mother's little brother and his wife. So I really appreciate that. I love my uncle so much. But a majority of the people at my baby shower, outside of my father's family, like my aunts and my cousins, which love them dearly, it was for my husband. Those were my husband's family members, whom I love dearly, and a lot of his mother's friends. And they showed out. I'm so thankful for them. But some people will never change. And it doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't matter even if they're in their 70s. Doesn't matter how much they go to church. Doesn't matter how active in church they are. This is who they are, and they will not change. If you have a family member that is toxic like that, mother, grandmother, move on. Move on. I still can't believe that the first thing she said out her mouth was, "I don't love you." Not congratulations, not I'm happy to see you. She wanted to let me know. She wanted to ruin my day. Is to let me know, I'm here, I just came, but I came to tell you that I don't love you. Didn't want to eat any food, didn't want to talk to anybody. Extremely nasty. And she ended up leaving after my husband had a few choice words for her. Still can't believe.
As he should. I can relate to this story in ways. I won't say my family is toxic because that wouldn't be the best representation of my family. My family are good people. They're full of good people. I have a big family. Um, but I can relate to her story, and like what I was just talking about, like someone in my family did do a similar thing, not while I was pregnant, but either way, it sucks. But I will say, honestly, I feel like people are kind of about this these days, like family or not. Of course, we have a certain level of love for them because they are our family. It goes for friends too, like close friends. If someone in your circle, in your space, in your life is negative, bringing you down, you have the choice to disassociate from them. Some people come into your life and they're only meant to be there for a season, but you maybe have abandonment issues, fears, related to just things that you've had happen to you in the past and you don't want it to happen again. You want to keep those people around. I have abandonment issues to a certain extent. I'm working on them, healing every day. But there is a sense of like, if you connect with someone, you feel like you have formed this attachment to it. I think it's like anxious attachment styles. I'm not sure. But either way, it makes you feel like you have to be with this person, um, even if it's a toxic situation. At this point in our journeys as humanity, um, I feel like we have to break free from all of that. We have to start working on ourselves, protecting our peace, the people who are important to us, who actually contribute to our life in a healthy, positive way. Those people, yes, though maybe they're not meant for just a season. Maybe they're lifetime friends, lifetime people you need to connect with. But people who come in and it feels like they're wearing out their welcome, we just need to cut the ties. And maybe it's not forever. Maybe they grow up at some point, even though in this situation she's 70 years old, still ain't grown. But maybe they grow up mentally, spiritually, and at some point you can reconnect. But we got to cut these ties, because if we're looking at breaking generational curses, that stuff will heal not only us and create a peace, a sense of peace in us, but it can also help your kids. Like that, you pass that down too, just like you pass down genetics, anything else, we're passing these things down to our kids. So if you have kids and stuff like that, work on healing yourself, because that can help correct that in your whole entire generation, that issue, that behavior, that addiction, any of it. If it stops with you, I mean, how much better would the world be if we have the next generations to come healed from what we've done? I do genuinely believe that we can affect that type of change and change our um, generations to come, change the genes in our children, even actively, like before you have kids, while you're having kids, after you have kids. You can still affect change in them if you make those changes yourself, in my opinion. So,
it, but it did not ruin my day. Um, but I now know that like that is what it is. That'll probably be the last words that I ever hear from my grandmother. That I'll remember is that she doesn't love me. Cool.
I hope for her, I really hope that that's not true. Hopefully, I always hope the best for people, and I do hope that her grandmother realizes what she did and how it can affect her, and hopefully she changes. Sending you lots of love, Angelique. Looks like she's past that at this point. This video is in 2025, so I'm interested in seeing where she's at now. Might check her out in a little bit. Anyway, that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoy your day and you like the video. Like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok. I haven't set up Facebook yet, but follow me if you do enjoy this type of content. And I will be doing some more reactions for you. And, babe, you look so cool. Have a good one. Bye.